Welcome back to Singapore Tonight. Singapore Prime Minister Lawrence Wong says topics like the regional impact of the Middle East crisis and ASEAN's response are among the topics to be discussed at the ASEAN Summit. On the eve of the session, Mr. Wong also met leaders from Cambodia and Malaysia for bilateral talks. He spoke with his Cambodian counterpart, Hun Manet. Mr. Wong says ties between the two countries continue to grow in trade, food security, energy, and joint efforts against cross-border scams. Last year, the two leaders met in Phnom Penh to reaffirm 60 years of bilateral relations. Mr. Wong also met Malaysian leader Anwar Ibrahim. Among the topics discussed, the Johor Bahru-Singapore Rapid Transit System link. The cross-border shuttle, which aims to alleviate congestion, is targeted to be operational by the end of this year. Leaders also touched on regional and international developments, including the Middle East conflict and its impact to the region. In a separate meeting, ASEAN foreign ministers were united on the need to boost collective resilience and accelerate the implementation of the ASEAN power grid. Singapore Foreign Affairs Minister Vivian Balakrishnan also stressing that the ongoing political crisis and violence in Myanmar remains a serious concern for the region, with ASEAN foreign ministers stressing the need for a peaceful and durable resolution. Attention also on the ASEAN Petroleum Security Agreement, a pact aimed at improving coordination and information sharing during energy crises. The regional leaders are expected to issue a joint statement on the Middle East conflict, and Aslam Shah tells us more.
The stage is set here in Cebu, but it's conflicts beyond the region that are expected to dominate discussions. In particular, developments in the Middle East that have choked energy supplies and raised concerns over the wider economic impact on Southeast Asia.
ASEAN cannot fully insulate itself from this sort of external crisis, but at least, it can try to reduce the exposure. So if ASEAN can really diversify its energy mix and build some stronger regional interconnection, including through the ASEAN power grid, I think it can become less vulnerable, right, to this sort of external shocks like the Middle East crisis. So for Singapore, the priority is not just about the crisis response, but to actually build a more connected, a more trusted, and definitely a more rules-based regional economy that can actually help to, absorb, this sort of shocks better.
Leaders are also expected to discuss maritime issues and possibly issue a declaration on keeping key sea routes open. Another statement aims to outline the bloc's collective response to the Middle East crisis by highlighting a list of priority actions to maintain stability in the region. But beyond the immediate challenges, one analyst says this summit is also an early indication of Singapore's priorities ahead of its ASEAN chairmanship in 2027.
Prime Minister Wong can use this summit to position Singapore's chairmanship next year around a few key areas like maybe resilience, integration, and a rules-based cooperation. These are aspects that are very important to Singapore. Singapore will want to show some sort of continuity from the Philippines chairmanship this year, but also signaling that ASEAN must become more prepared, for a fragmented world.
Singapore's chairmanship will carry added significance as it coincides with ASEAN's 60th anniversary. For now, all eyes are on how leaders can demonstrate ASEAN resilience in an increasingly uncertain world. Aslam Shah, CNA, Cebu, the Philippines.